Okay, welcome to our fifth and final round with Legacy Eldrazi. This hand, oh, we have a double Mimic hand. Didn't even see the second one for a second. Hand's great. Um, Depending on matchup, I might actually lead on the Thorn. Not in this matchup. Well, I would like to say that I have most likely won the first game. Barring a turn 2 Seer for my opponent, that is. Which is reasonably likely, actually. This looks like a Seer to me. Oh, no, that's not a Seer. Oh, boy. That's... Oh, non-artifact spells. Huh. You're not an artifact. That's really unfortunate. I might just be dead now. I guess it's about the same as a Seer. Like, it's effectively Seer taking my Seer, actually, because I can't play my Seer now. Though it also stunts my opponent's growth. I guess if my opponent just plays a Smasher here, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do to recover. If they'll play a Seer, I'm okay. If they play a Reshaper, I'm fine. I guess I'm supposed to just double the Lodestone here. I don't think it gets better than that. Because then I can play the Smasher, stabilize the board. Like, going to... Yeah, I'd be at 4 and I couldn't attack with everything. That's just bad. Does my opponent have another 4-drop? It's pretty bad if they do. That's pretty key for me. We both have Cavern, so I don't think Chalice does anything. Probably just want to play Thorn because I have a mana advantage here. In theory, this cuts my opponent off of cards. GT on next turn if they don't have another land, I guess. It's probably, yep. Well, 1, 2, 3. So next turn I get to get an Endbringer. There's no reason. Again, because of Cavern, there's no reason to cast Chalice at all. This is probably a Smasher, which I die to. Yeah, okay. Because I'm taking 9 regardless. Sure. Um, So I wanted these 8 cards, and I want nothing to do with chalices or thorns. The needles might not look good, but because I don't have GTA and my opponents might, they're actually pretty important. That was the lesson I learned last league. I lost a game to GTA where I should have just had like a needle, and instead I drew like it wasn't a thorn. What was it? I think I had boarded in the winter orbs to potentially get them. So I like drew a winter orb and I excuse me, needle. I could have needled GTA and then set up, but yeah, it feels like there's still a decent amount of tuning to do here. Trying to think of where would want to take this deck. It's definitely not to sevens. There's a lot of clashing between the chalices and the thorns and what the rest of the deck's doing. This hand's fine. By fine, I mean really good. Oh, cool. Lots of mulligans tonight. I guess this is, still like a mud deck, so you're gonna run into issues where, again, those decks are just historically the decks that mulligan a ton just because their mana needs to line up. Even if your mana curve is a little more realistic and you have a little better lineup, then it's not going to change a ton. Well, this is just an on game. If I lose this game, I will be absolutely astonished. Endbringer, Endless One, Smasher, Sphere. So we've got End, B, Smasher, Sphere, World Breaker. I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to take the card that my opponent can cast. Just go to town on them here. Yeah, they're just mathematically eliminated from the game. The fact that they have 3 spheres still in the deck is really heartening. It means that their sideboard's not very good in the mirror. Someone this weekend is going to have a build of this deck that is just great. I don't know who it is, though. I'm waiting. There's a lot of stuff going on here that's really powerful. A lot of things that need some work. Going up to 4 Revoker was not the right call. I think I want all the reshapers, but I'm not 100% on that. Cutting the GTAs from the sideboard also feels a little weird. GTA just feels very powerful. It's possible this is also like a... no, it's not. It's definitely not like a sword deck. I don't think you can get away with that here. Wasteland, I've liked Wasteland a lot. I don't think Crucible's the card you want. Yeah, well, I don't know why I'm playing that instead of the Endbringer. My reason to start with was that it was more damage immediately. My opponent can chump. I guess they're still dead on board then. I don't know. The real reason is that I don't necessarily want to show my opponent Endbringer in a matchup where Revoker or Pithy Needle could matter. If they don't know that I have Endbringer and they do, they're less likely to just blind name it in a spot where it's going to cause them issues. Well, I put my good cards in my deck. I cut the bad ones. My opponent cut some of the bad ones. Keyword being some. World Breaker seems unexciting. This hand seems unexciting. Like it has the mana, but the thing in the mirror is that you just need the big creatures. They're all that matters. This doesn't do a lot. This doesn't do a lot. See, this hand significantly better. Even if it doesn't have the, I guess. I think I want the Mimic here. The fact that this hand doesn't have an official colorless source is kind of awkward, but I think keeping the Mimic was right. This is not very interactive, is it? So what's my draw that I want? I want my opponent to not take this, and I want to draw a Eldrazi Temple. Okay. Step 1 complete. Think I'm required to play a land here so I can still play Endbringer next turn? Well, at least this hand had a payoff if it hit. Trading if possible. Opponent didn't play anything last turn, so that's a pretty big. It's possible Wasteland's better as that, but. So my opponent has a city that puts them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 mana off. I think I'm supposed to attack. This is a creature. This is a big problem. But oh, yep, dead. I don't think holding this back was going to save me though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Hmm. Think I'm supposed to trade Sears? Two, three, four, five, six. Okay. So I can play the Endbringer still. Which is definitely my ticket back into the game here. Now the Revoker blocks the 5/3. It could have blocked the 5/3 last turn, but it's all the same. I have to hope my opponent didn't hit a creature here. If they hit a land, I'm in trouble. If they hit a creature, I'm in trouble. There's just a lot of things that kill me. It's just out of the gates a little slower. I should have shipped to bottom. I think that was the decision. I just kind of forgot that the setup I had of like Urborg, I didn't do the trick. Oh wow, thousands of percents dead. Okay. This card's not bad here. Worth considering over Reshaper for sure.